Hey guys, how's it going? So, in this video, this is a weekend video by the way, and we're going to be talking about a possibility of a stock market crash in June. Probably not going to happen, but because a market crash always has to have some kind of catalyst, something that's so big, so ugly, so frightening that it scares the entire market and everything just sells off and crashes big time. But, I don't know what kind of event would happen in June in order for that to happen. But Harry Dent predicts that, a 90% stock market crash is coming by June 2021. I'm going to be playing a little bit of Caspian Academy. This guy doesn't really like me, but he makes good videos, and I'm gonna play a little bit of his video that he kind of took off the internet that I'm reusing kind of. So yeah, anyways, I'm gonna play it and then I'll talk more about it.
About the economy, including the next Great Depression. In this video, I'll cover the awful and also hilarious predictions from Harry Dent and why it's ridiculous that someone like him is gaining credibility. Welcome to Caspian's Academy. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing for more content like this, and let's get right into it. A broken clock is right twice a day. If a broken clock reads 3 o'clock within a day, there will be enough time that passes to the point where it will indeed be 3 o'clock 2 times. In an extremely similar fashion, Harry Dent is like a broken clock. The economy always has cyclical movements, and by predicting that the market will go a certain direction constantly, a broken clock will eventually read the correct time. For example, take a look at this video Harry Dent put out, back when his opinion did not garner much attention. This so-called expert does not predict a crash every decade. Instead, just like a broken clock, he predicts a market crash every month. Where is the 2014 Great Crash? In 2015, Harry then went on to say that the crash he's been predicting is finally happening.
Hi, it's Harry Dent with a market update in mid-January of 2015. So we're coming into this new year, something we have been predicting very uniquely for years now is clearly happening, and it looks like part of the trigger for the next global financial crisis. Obviously, we've been warning people for years that demographics only get weaker, especially for Germany and Southern Europe.
So the market moved downwards by a slight amount, and Harry was already prematurely calling it the next 2008 recession, but worse. Even he was admitting himself that he's been predicting a crash for years. Harry, if you're watching this, where is the 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014, or 2015 Great Crash? In fact, he's been wrong a lot more than he's been right. Let's take a look at his books that detail the number of times he's been wrong. Published in 2010, The Great Depression Ahead, How to Prosper in the Debt Crisis of 2010 to 2012. In the next year, The Great Crash Ahead, Strategies for a World Turned Upside Down. 2014, The Demographic Cliff, How to Survive and Prosper During the Great Deflation of 2014 to 2019. Wow, that's a pretty big range you got there, Harry. 5 years, and you're still wrong. In 2015, What to Do When the Bubble Pops, Personal and Business Strategies for the Coming Economic Winter. The Sale of a Lifetime, How the Great Bubble Burst of 2017 to 2019 Can Make You Rich, written in 2016. In 2017, 0 Hour, Turn the greatest political and financial upheaval in modern history to your advantage. I've been running an inside joke with some of my subscribers where I call this 70-year-old self-proclaimed investor and market expert Harry Dent, based on this comment I found one day. In fact, in early 2021,
Dent eventually one day be right. Yeah, sure. He can one day be right, but he's probably gonna keep pushing it back and back. He's gonna be like, June's here. Okay, well, let's call it July crash, August crash, October crash. I think, this is my opinion. I think that there might be a stock market crash this year. Maybe it won't happen until the next presidential election. Maybe it won't happen at all. Maybe the stock market will just keep going up forever and ever and ever and never crash. I don't think so. I think eventually the stock market will crash when I wish I knew. Like, I seriously wish I knew. But if you invest into big, really good companies, they will recover a lot faster after the crash happened than, you know, bad companies. So yeah, a market crash will happen eventually. Could it happen in June? There's a possibility, but like I said, there needs to be a catalyst. But there is, there's warning signs out there from big money that thinks that the market is going to crash. Like Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett thinks that, the stock market is going to crash. He is selling a lot of his stocks. Michael Berry also thinks that the market is going to crash. And he's been right in the 2008 crash. Well, he was actually, like, according to the video, according to the video with the stock market crash or the housing market crash, he was actually off by 2 years. He thought the housing market was going to crash in 2006, but it didn't happen until 2008. But eventually it did happen. Eventually he was right, and he made a lot of money betting against the housing market. If he betted against the housing market at the right time, he would have made a lot more money. So, will the market crash? Yes, eventually, at least in my opinion. I mean, I could be wrong, and we could just see the market keep going higher and higher and higher and just never ever crash ever again. Just keeps going higher. I mean, that is a possibility. I don't think that's going to happen. I think one day there's going to be a big event. It's going to be a huge crash. Everyone's going to be moaning and crying and bitching. That's why I always emphasize have cash. Have cash. Have a mixture of cash and stocks. And, so, yeah, that's what I always, I'm always, my philosophy is to have good stocks and mix of cash. So have like your highest conviction stock. And then Bill Gates also sold off a lot of his stocks. Like Cooper Academy made a video 2 months ago on Bill Gates selling out a lot of his stocks, like huge positions in his stock. And Bill Gates is predicting a stock market crash. And so like I said, the market right now is at all-time highs. I don't know what it's going to do in the month of June, but the thing is, I think the only way the market is going to crash is if there's some kind of big event that scares the market so bad that it causes a huge sell-off. So I don't know. I don't know what kind of event that would be. Maybe like another, banking crash or something, like, or maybe another virus emerges, or the virus mutates and the vaccine was completely useless, and people freak out and lockdowns happen again, and I don't know. Some major event has to happen in order for a market to crash. That's why I think. Anyways, that's it for this video. Subscribe for future updates and have a great day. Bye.